We start with the latest evidence of the economic damage across the UK caused by the effects of the pandemic. In the past 2 days alone, some 12,000 job losses have been announced, most of them in high street retail and aviation, two of the sectors hardest hit by the lockdown.
President Jair Bolsonaro says he has tested positive for coronavirus. He made the announcement on Brazilian television in the last hour. He had been showing symptoms of COVID-19, including a fever, but said he felt well enough to walk around.
It's to do with the Prince of Wales. He has tested positive for coronavirus. We're told that he is displaying only mild symptoms, but otherwise remains in good health. That's according to Clarence House. So Prince Charles has tested positive for corona.
Downing Street has just confirmed that the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has tested positive for coronavirus. Boris Johnson has coronavirus. We don't know about the rest of his household or the whereabouts of his partner, Carrie Symonds, but Mr. Johnson...
Just reflecting. Parks closed. Beautiful parks deserted. This pandemic has taught me one thing, and one thing. Life is not taken for granted. Life changes any minute. This pandemic has taught me one thing. We might be developed or a developing country, but the outcome is one and the same. Threat to life. It hasn't spared nobody. It has spared nobody. The rich, the poor, all affected alike. Everyone is affected. The hierarchy is affected. National leaders are affected. Kings and queens affected alike. But one thing for sure, we have to overcome. God is in it. We will overcome, and we are overcomers. Be encouraged. Where I come from, guns, I've seen them at a very young age because of wars, liberation war. But I'll talk of one type of a gun which I saw, a gun of liberation. All I knew was that if I see that gun, I see my freedom coming. All I wanted to see was that these soldiers were going to win. I never expected casualties. No, I always expected victory. Victory, victory, victory. That's what I knew. I never took to mind what these gun carriers, these soldiers, were having to think in their minds. What were the state of their minds What were they thinking about? Were they thinking about victory or survival? And I didn't realize until it came upon me. I didn't realize it. When I became a frontliner, a soldier, not with a physical gun, but with a spiritual gun, a gun of determination, a medication gun, a gun of determination, a gun to save life, not to kill. Of course, to kill the invading virus. That's when I came to realize what Frontline is all about. I've come to realize the Frontline is not about what you're going to face, but the consequences coming to you as well. Many times we would feel like you don't want to go to work today because of what you would see, because of what you would experience, because of what you would be exposed to. Nobody would want to go to work to see yourself on the front line, but the ethos, the conviction I was trained to be is to save life, no matter what that life would bring, no matter what that exposure to that environment would bring upon me. It is all about saving life, all about saving life. That's when I realized, yes, I may see a soldier, but what goes through their mind? Do they want to go? Yes, they want to go. Why? Because they signed an oath of allegiance. So it's the same. I realize I need to go, I need to go, I need to go. Why? Because I signed an oath of allegiance. To do what? To save lives. To whom? Everyone. So what becomes the state of mind in this kind of a person? What is the end game? What is the end game? After all this, I tell you, my thoughts are, there is an avalanche of mental health care needs for the frontliners, an avalanche of health care needs of everyone who has been affected, not affected, in the community and everywhere. An avalanche to seek help. And it is coming, it is here, it is with us.
We start with the latest evidence of the economic damage across the UK caused by the effects of the pandemic. In the past 2 days alone, some 12,000 job losses have been announced, most of them in high street retail and aviation, two of the sectors hardest hit by the lockdown. Trade unions have accused ministers of sitting on the sidelines, but Boris Johnson says that while the risk to jobs is very, very serious, the Treasury has protected the livelihoods of 11 million people. Now, SSP, which owns the food chains Upper Crust and Cafe Ritazza, says it could cut 5,000 jobs because of the sharp fall in passenger numbers at railway stations and airports. The aerospace giant Airbus says it wants to cut 1,700 jobs in the UK as part of plans to close 15,000 posts globally. And the consultancy company Accenture has announced this evening that it will be making up to 900 job cuts in the UK. And the retailer John Lewis said today that some of its stores would not be reopening, and Topshop.
A sick mind is a sick person. A sick mind is a sick family. A sick mind is a sick community. A sick mind is a sick nation. A sick mind is a sick production at home and in the factory. A sick mind is a sick economy. A healthy mind is a healthy nation. A healthy mind is a healthy individual. A healthy mind is a healthy community. A healthy mind is a healthy world. We are achievers. We can do it, and we have done it, and we will do it. God bless you. God bless you. Enjoy your day and every day of your life. Be at peace in your mind and in your health. Bye-bye.
Headlines for you at 6 o'clock this morning. A £2 billion fund to help young unemployed people back to work, and stamp duty holiday for home buyers. The latest measures aimed at boosting the economy in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic.
We are in Downing Street as the Chancellor Rishi Sunak prepares to make a statement to MPs later today.
Airlines, manufacturers, retail. The damage is deep and wide and seems to be getting worse by the day or even by the hour. The announcements of job losses are coming thick and fast. At the Airbus factory in Broughton, there was a sombre mood as people digested yesterday's announcement that 1,700 UK jobs will be going.